Hey guys, welcome to Unity Radio 97.9 FM, Worcester's Community Connection. My name is Susanity Life. I am the host here at the Susanity Life show. Super excited to be here with you guys. So happy for two reasons. One, I'm going to be pulling some cards, and you guys can call in if you want at 508-304-1152. Again, that's 508-304-1152 and get a quick 5-minute reading. I can't go too long just in case we get a bunch of people calling. I'm also so excited to be introducing you in the last half hour of the show with this girl, Tina White. Tina White, I met years and years ago in direct sales, and she has an amazing story to tell about her journey with holistic healing. But the reason she's coming on today, one of the biggest one, is because she loves her animals very much. And when conventional medicine didn't work, she found ways to heal her animals in any way that she could. Her stories are so crazy and so funny and so amazing because she just won't give up, right? So she's going to come on because she needs to tell you a little story about what's going on with Toby, her dog, and talk a little bit more about what can help her, and I was doing a video today on TikTok talking about asking and receiving and giving and receiving and how important it is that we understand that when you give, you receive, right? So if you haven't noticed that in your life, at times you give and you receive. Pay attention a little bit more. When you ask, you receive too. And sometimes we don't ask. People tell me all the time when I read them cards and when I do different things holistically, spiritually, that, I never hear from my mother. I never hear from my father. I never hear from my brother or my sister or my friend or someone that passed. And I say, well, have you asked? I know that's the craziest thing to hear, but it's the truth. It's the same thing with if you're ever in a situation in your life where you need help from someone and you don't ask them for help. How do they know that you need help? They can't read your mind, right? In a relationship, your partner can't read your mind. We need to have a voice. We need to speak a little bit, right? So the first thing we're going to do, like we always do, is read our Jesus Calling book. And today is the 14th of January. And I have my reading glasses on. And this is what it says, January 14th. Let me bless you with my grace and peace. Open your heart and mind to receive all that I have for you. Do not be ashamed of your emptiness. Instead, view it as the optional condition for being filled with my peace. It is easy to touch up your outward appearance, to look as if you have it all together. Your attempts to look good can fool most people, but I see straight through you, into the depths of your being. There is no place for pretense in your relationship with me. Rejoice in the relief of being fully understood. Talk with me about your struggles and feelings of inadequacy little by little. I will transform your weaknesses into strengths. Remember that your relationship with me is saturated in grace. Therefore, nothing that you do or don't do can separate you from my presence. Now, I read Jesus Calling because I like this book and because honestly, it helped me get through my motorcycle accident in a way that I can't even explain. My mom gave me this book. It's not this one, but it was a different one. And then I went and bought this one myself. And you can see, when you're looking, you can see in the front of the book, I have a feather. This was one of the first feathers that I received when my awakening started. And I'm seeing a lot of things on TikTok and on Facebook and all these places, Instagram, where people are realizing about their awakening. And this is what I want you to remember. No matter what your childhood was like, it is never, ever too late to heal, right? That's why one of the decks I chose was Healing the Inner Child, and I'm going to pull a couple cards from that. The other deck I pulled was the Herbal deck. It's the Herbal Astrology, so we can see what herb we should be paying attention to. The other deck that I had pulled was the Medicine cards. And then I pulled the chakra cards so I can see what chakra we need to talk about. And then I also pulled the tarot cards. I'm not sure I'm going to use them, but I thought it would be, these are different than the traditional tarot because they have really awesome pitches on them and stuff like that. So Thank you again, guys, for being here, and let's get started. So I think we'll start with the chakra deck and just see what comes up. Again, you guys, you can call in, but we only have a half an hour. So if you're listening to this and you want to call in for a free, quick, reset reading, you definitely can call in. We would love to hear from you. We at Unity are all about community. Right now, we're in the middle of transitioning into some amazing things. And, they're going to be awesome for us because we're all about togetherness. We're all about being one. We're all about finding a way to heal from anything and everything, whether it's coming as a guest on here or doing something with Ernie Floyd, that he's doing, or doing something with the producer Oscar or Habib. Like, there's so many people here. Anyone else on the other shows that do things, you never know what somebody needs at that moment. And so let's just see what's coming up right now for chakra healing. Oh, I got this really pretty bird thing that just popped up on my computer too. So I know that a lot of people don't understand cards, and they feel like, it's not good. It's, I don't know, evil. It's, whatever. And here's the thing, like, this is what I believe. I believe that we all have free will. And I also believe that God doesn't punish. So no matter what you use, no matter what you do, at some point you can be forgiven. If you decide to be forgiven, you have to ask for it. And I can tell you right now 100% that if you've done something wrong, whether it's something that you understand inside of yourself or something that you believe that God is telling you, or whatever the case may be, if you need to be healed or learn a lesson, you will learn it. There's no question about it. Think about your life in the past and things that you've gone through in your life that didn't make sense, things that you kept trying to facilitate a move, or whether you're in a relationship with someone, or you're working at this job, or you have a friend that you shouldn't be friends with, but for some reason they keep pulling you back in, and before it's too late, you're the one that gets hurt, right? I don't know. I just feel like that we're always learning lessons. We're all this in the trajectory of life that we're learning stuff, and the process of awakening right now, it's pretty amazing. So let's see what we got for our chakra cards. So close up 3, and then I'll pull the first one. Oh, interesting. So we got crown chakra, which makes 100% sense for what I was talking about. So your crown chakra is here at the top of your head, right? It is connected to the source. It is connected to the divine. It is connected to the creator. It's connected to the universe. It's connected to Mother Earth. It's your connection to spirituality. The crown chakra is truly amazing, and it has all kinds of properties. But let's see what the book says about crown. Give me 1 second so I can find a page. 135. So if 135 resonates with you, and that number means something, number 1, number 35, there is 100% a reason. So your crown chakra, I need my glasses. The Sanskrit name is Saharasa, which is lotus chakra. The colors are violet, white, and gold, which we know. Top of the head, which I just said. And the thought is a flow. It's spirituality, energy, connection with the divine, pure awareness, enlightenment, fulfillment, cosmic consciousness. I already said all this. So there's nothing that I didn't just tell you that isn't true. But I will give you this. And a food would be for your crown chakra, to heal your crown chakra or awaken your crown chakra, would be clear and light foods, wholesome gold and violet foods, monitored fasting, and avoid overeating, right? To tend to your chakra, that one is practicing gratitude, prayer, meditation, write down your dreams, things like that. And an affirmation is, I am one with the divine at all times. I am connected to the source of infinite knowledge. I accept divine guidance with my life journey. Please refer to how the balanced chakras section on page 138 for further guidance, it says. So let's see what that says. 138. Oh, we're not going to get into that. Anyway, it talks about colors and crystals and yoga postures and all kinds of stuff. So the book that I'm using is Chakra Insight Guidebook by Karen Sangster. And that's who wrote that chakra thing. Let's see what else is on top. So money. So finances, power, generosity, and abundance. And this, I think, is for a Pisces because there's two fish on the front of the card. So if you're a Pisces and this is resonating with you, there is a reason. Now, I don't know about you, and this could be for me too, actually, because money has always been scary for me. And maybe it's been scary for you too, because I didn't have any. Like I grew up with, my dad was in a wheelchair. So I had to, I got my first job when I was 15 years old. Maybe you did too. I don't really know, but, we struggled, and a lot of us struggled. I was one of the ones that would be standing at Friendly House waiting for the cheese and the milk and the bread and the whatever else you could have so that you could eat. Right. And my boyfriend and I, John, were talking about this, things like Spam and hot dogs and cube steak. And, on Sundays, you'd have that one amazing meal. And then it was like, so it was definitely interesting. So money came up, and I think what it's saying is give and receive abundantly, honor your divine worthiness to be prosperous in all ways. And money is finances, it's power, it's generosity, and it's abundance, right? So what you want to think about is that it's time for you to move past any limited views of money, right? I started to do something with money because, of course, I've been worried about it really my whole life, where I got a bowl and I put a bowl by my door, my outside door. And every time I have any extra money, I just throw it into that little bowl. Now, do I do it all the time? No, because totally I forgot about it until I just told you about it. So, but I do it, and you can you can get a money tree. You can get a money thing, put $1 in, put a quarter in. We're getting rid of pennies. So you have pennies, maybe put your pennies together in one little place or something like that. So money is definitely going on with someone that needs to meditate on their crown chakra. The next card is another card that popped up. So first we had money, right? And now we have inspiration, ideas, spark conception, and impulse. So somebody is going through a huge awakening right now, hence the reason why we have the crown chakra and the inspiration, right? That's pretty cool, I think. I love that for you. And then the last one before we take a break, because we only have 2 minutes, is action, movement, perseverance, discipline, and motivation. And this all makes so much sense. So somebody who is listening or is going to be listening is struggling with money right now. I think we all are struggling with money right now. I got to tell you. But here's the thing, and this makes so much sense. It's crazy how spirit talks to me, because what I was saying earlier on one of my TikTok videos on Susanity Ouellette, my Susanity Ouellette page, was about asking and receiving, giving and receiving, right? So if you give, then you can receive back. So and think about this for a minute. If at any point you've ever gone someplace and you spent money, and then all of a sudden you ended up getting that money back, right? That's part of the action that we're talking about. It's part of you believing already that you have the money. If you believe you already have the money, then money comes to you. How amazing is that, right? So guys, again, my name is Susanity Life. I am the owner of Susanity in Sturbridge, Massachusetts. My procedure is called Susanity. I invented it. I own it. And my literature on SusanityLife.com explains it. Not only unique, it works. So look me up at SusanityLife.com. And my name is Susan Ouellette. I'm here on 97.9 Unity Radio, Worcester Community Connection. And we'll be right back for another 15-minute segment of cards.
Unity Radio. Worcester, we've got you.
Yeah. Hey. Hey, what's up, Worcester? This is Jacqueline Carr, and I'm inviting you to be inspired with me every Sunday starting at 6 a.m. with the Jacqueline Carr Show on Unity Radio. I'll get you going with a motivating word, special guest, the absolute best music, and a few other surprises. But you gotta tune in on Sundays at Unity Radio to find out. It's Jacqueline Carr, and the Jacqueline Carr Show is happening Sundays from 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. right here on Unity Radio 97.9. Worcester's Community Connection, and also streaming on WUTY.org.
Hi, I'm Ernie Floyd, host of the Unity in the Community Show on Unity Radio 97.9. Join me and my guests as we discuss topics on embracing our diverse cultural communities, the music, the arts, and healthy lifestyles. I'm Ernie Floyd, host of the Unity in the Community Show, Wednesdays at 3 p.m. on Unity Radio 97.9, Worcester's Community Connection.
Hello, I'm Pastor Sharon Henderson of Covenant St. Andrew's United Methodist Church, 24 Hamilton Street, Worcester, Mass. We welcome you to worship with us every Sunday at 10 a.m. Let's worship together and love one another. I'm Sharon Henderson, pastor of Covenant St. Andrew's United Methodist Church, 24 Hamilton Street. We welcome you to worship with us at 10 a.m. every Sunday. Let's do it together and let's make peace.
The Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Community Breakfast presents Celebrating Unity and Hope. Monday, January 19th, 2026. Doors open at 7 a.m. Program begins at 8 a.m. Keynote speaker, Dr. Jennifer Davis Carey of the Worcester Educational Collaborative. Join us at Assumption University, 500 Salisbury Street, Worcester, Mass. Purchase tickets and find more information at qcc.edu/MLK Breakfast.
You're listening to Unity 97.9 FM, WUTY, Worcester.
Hey guys, welcome back to Unity Radio 97.9 FM, Worcester's Community Connection. My name is Susanity Life. I am the host here at the radio station. I'm also the owner of Susanity in Sturbridge, where my procedure is called Susanity, and the reason is because I invented it. I use all kinds of techniques, from massage to Reiki to polarity, which is like Reiki on fire, to tuning forks, to hot stone, to you name it. And I love it, and people come and they seem like they feel great, and I'm so grateful for that, because if I knew about it years and years ago, I definitely would have done it, because it's a way to awaken you in ways that are unexplainable. So anyway, so we're going to do herbal astrology now. Pull a few cards for herbs, and the reason is because I've been hearing well, that makes sense that one popped out, about herbs and how important they are. So when I got in my accident and I was on those medicines, because of the accident and everything like that, I didn't understand the meaning of herbs and how important they were to our physical body, right? So a friend of mine showed up, and I ended up on this amazing product, which is all natural herbs and things like that. And when I started it, I really didn't understand it, what it was going to do. And it just changed everything about me. It gave me a way to understand the difference between taking a pill and then putting something into my body to heal my body that was created to do that. Right. So herbs, for instance, anything like sage, ginkgo were two of the cards that just popped up. So ginkgo, remember, was it ginkgo? Ginkgo, I took that years ago. So sage is one of the cards. And then ginkgo, and the cards are so pretty. I'll show you the cards. I'm going to pull one more card. Oh, that's it. I got my last card. And the last card they're giving me is skull cap. Okay. So the first card that popped up is sage. And if you guys aren't familiar with sage, sage has got some amazing healing components in it, and that you light it and you go to each of your windows and you go around and you sage your whole space, and it clears out all the energy and it clears out all the stuff that you no longer want around you. I sage my clinic. I sage my place. Sage was something that Jesus used, right? So I don't know. It's just something that it definitely works, and I've been using it now for many, many years, and probably a lot of people that are watching have too. Now, that being said, it's number 6, which could be a June. So it could be a Gemini, maybe, I'm feeling. The card itself is about in the healing nature. It kind of gives you, it's 2 people next to a tree with the moon, and then there's a light, and there's all kinds of colors, and there's some firewood at the bottom, and it says blessing, right? The second card is the ginkgo, and that's a breakthrough. And the number on that card is 39. And for those people that know me, everybody knows. And wow, look at that. So 639, 936, 963. That's a big spiritual number. And on this card, the ginkgo card, it says breakthrough. So somebody is in the process of a breakthrough. We got a black crow on this card. And then there's also a sword with like light going through the sword. It's like going up. And then there's some beautiful branches too. What a beautiful card. If you guys can see that. Oh my goodness. And then the last card that pulled up was a skull cap, and it's got some lilac and some gold. And it's actually got I don't know what this is. It's kind of it says number 47. Oh, a scorpion. Ooh, so this is Scorpio. So I've got Scorpio. I've got Gemini. I've got, what else I got? Pisces, which makes sense. I've got Virgo and Libra. Aries. Man, there's a lot of people here. Yeah. Taurus is on here. Cancer is on here. So skull cap is interesting. So I have my book, and ginkgo, I think we all kind of know about the ginkgo, but it's a breakthrough. Sage is a blessing. So that's a way to bless yourself. But I think I'm going to look up this skull cap and see what it's telling me, because I feel like there's a message coming out for this. So if you're listening, then this might be for you. Everybody's doing good. I hope everyone had a good day. I don't know why I can't find this card. Oh, I got it. Okay, it's 135. All right, so skull cap. Let's see what this message is, because everything's a message. Everything's a message, whether you're driving and the music comes on or, all right. So skull cap is stillness, and it says, stillness after the storm, let go of control, trust in life, surrender to the divine plan, and break open. Pluto and Saturn. It has to do with Indians as well. And spirituality, skullcap is used to bind oaths and consecrate commitments. It is useful ally in initiation rituals, imprinting the vows made to oneself or between lovers. Skullcap is ruled by Pluto, the archetype representing our will and power, which ties our relationships to our inner authority and leadership. And the guidance is the storm. Ooh, I'm really dizzy right now. The storm has passed. You've just weathered or are weathering a storm. Ground deeply into the present moment. If you feel fear, find consolation in stillness as it readapts. The medicine of Scorpion embodies the stillness of darkness, and it assists by accepting sudden change with ease and calm. If you're feeling exhausted, drained, or depleted, this is the time, and my throat chakra just went crazy, to pause and withdraw to your cave. You're in the process of rebuilding after the storm. Don't rush yourself. Reflect. Take the time to birth a new structure that supports a new version of you. I know exactly who that was for. Okay, so that's that. I'm going to save that for a second. Put it over here in the corner. And I think actually I'm going to pull a healing child card because I think that there might be a message there too. So let me take my glasses off. I can't see nothing with those on. So that was really cool, guys, huh? Lots of signs popped up. I definitely have a feeling I kind of know who that was for. And, life is hard. We go through so many things that we don't expect. We don't know why. But there might be a deeper reason than the why. There might be something better for you, different for you. You might be in the process of awakening a little bit, and there's something that you have to do. Doesn't mean that it's completely done. It just means that you're taking a break. Take the time to be with you. Take the time to allow yourself. Oh, my dear Lord Jeez. Take the time is what I just said, right? The first card that fell out, time. Second time, community. Holy crap. Ugh, that's crazy. So unity in the community. So the numbers are 36 and 31. And the cards are beautiful. These are the cards. I'm just showing them on Facebook Live. And this card community is all these beautiful people, kids, actually, I think, sitting on a tree trunk. Can you see it? It's so pretty. Yeah. So let's see. We're going to open up the time and see what that says. Because I have a feeling there's a message here too. Time. So the time card is number 31 and the page number is 79. So here we go back to those numbers again. 79. Time. And here goes my glasses again. Time dictates how we keep track of our lives and of life on Earth. The universe was born 13.7 billion years ago, and since then we consider time to have traveled in a linear manner, bringing us to the present moment. But quantum physicists and sages have questioned whether time travels like an arrow. Is the sequence of events from the past to the present and into the future continuous and irreversible? What if we are able to step outside the causality of time into the infinite field? Consider the possibility that time isn't linear. Children are reaching out to us beyond time and space. Recall your earliest childhood memory. Notice where you were, who was there, and what was happening. Now, imagine a silver thread in front of you. Oh, this makes so much sense because this is what I do in Rise and Polarity. In front of you. That can lead you into the past. Walk over to the thread and hold on to it. Journeying in time toward the past. Trusting you will be guided to revisit this first childhood memory. Recall how different time felt when you were a child. An hour could stretch out and feel like a day, and months would feel like years. Remember your sense of time before you knew how to count the days of the week or the hours in the day. Connect with that expansiveness and freedom in your body. What if you had all the time you need and nothing could confine you to linear time? Our soul dwells in the timeless, and our soul knows how to navigate that realm. It will show you the way. Feel the fear of time passing, dropping away as you remember that there is no rush. You have all the time in the world. That is crazy. So, guys, that's it for the cards today. Tina White is going to be joining us next, and she's going to tell you a little bit about her spiritual journey and her holistic journey and what she needs right now for her amazing dog, Toby. So if you guys could please listen and share this for any dog lovers or any people that love animals, if you could just please share this, we would really appreciate it. And if you want to call in, the number is 508-304-1152 and talk to Tina. That's fine too. My name is Susanity Life. I'm the host here of Susanity Life Show on Unity Radio, 97.9 FM, Worcester's Community Connection. And we'll be right back.
Hello, my name is Alvin Familia, president of the Manny 267 Foundation, and you are listening to Unity Radio, 97.9 FM, Worcester Community Connection.
Hi, I'm Storm, and I'm a part of the Bruce Wells Scholars Upward Bound program. The Upward Bound program is a program that helps many promising low-income, first-generation, college-bound Worcester High School students. After joining this program, I've learned many different and important life skills while making new connections and getting real-world experiences through internships and classes. If you're interested in any of these opportunities, you can find more information at www.sevenhills.org or 617-866-1293. That's www.sevenhills.org or 617-866-1293. A brighter future begins with you.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy Q, host of the Woo 508, and I'm here with
your girl Liza, Miss Consistency.
And it's your girl Chantel in the building.
Yes, y'all. Go ahead and follow us everywhere. YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, the Woo 508. That's THEWOO 508.
Woo! Roll me a skin, roll me a bone, step into the groove, now you're in the zone.
Kingdom Voice and Music and Unity Radio 97.9 FM, Worcester, present a Black History Month celebration, Courage to Remember. Join us as we share powerful stories of African royalty, generational heritage, and our living legends through music, theater, and dance. Our Black History Month celebration, Courage to Remember, also highlights Alzheimer's and dementia in the African American community, providing resources, awareness, and hope, alongside cultural food and local vendors showcasing their work. Don't miss our Black History Month celebration, Courage to Remember, February 28th at the Pryor Performing Arts Center in Worcester. For more information, visit kirosha.com/Black History, KIROSHA.com/Black History. Black History Month celebration, Courage to Remember. Celebrate with us.
You're listening to Unity Radio, Worcester's Community Connection.
Hey guys, welcome back to Unity Radio 97.9 FM, Worcester's Community Connection. My name is Susanity Life. I am the host here of this awesome Susanity Life show. So grateful every day for my life and to have this and to have my clinic. You know, for those of you that don't know me, my name is Susanity Life. I own Susanity in Sturbridge, Massachusetts. I invented the procedure that I use called Susanity. I own it, and my literature explains what I do. I've learned different techniques throughout 30 plus years, and I use a lot of them at the clinic. I'm definitely different than probably anything that you've seen or experienced. I do massage, I do Reiki, I do polarity, I do intuitive coaching. I do all kinds of amazing things. I use tuning forks, but I'm definitely not the same. You know, it's unique and it works. So if you're watching this or hearing this and you're looking for that awakening moment, you can definitely find it at Susanity. And there's one quote I wanted to say to you guys that I want you to think about, and this is how it goes. I can't begin if I don't know what the end will be. I can't begin if I don't know what the end will be. Act in the moment for the moment, right? So the cards I read, it was pretty interesting because I have a friend who I care about who is going through a little bit of something. And those cards, the minute that I said the word, the time card fell out, and then the community card fell out. and then the skull card fell out. I do this because I feel like there's always a way to tap into that part of us that very often is sleeping. And one of the things I'm doing right now to awaken myself, and I'm going to take my scarf off because it's been interesting. My t-shirt right now says reality called and I hung up. See? Reality called and I hung up, because sometimes I don't want to be a part of reality, right? Sometimes I want to just shut down, and sometimes I can't because I'm a mom of 3 children. I own a business. I'm a teacher at Spa Tech in Westboro, which I love. You know, I'm an author. I've written 5 books. I have another book inside of me that I haven't been able to write. You know, I have a TikTok channel. I have a Facebook channel. I am just like you in different ways. So even though I do all these things and I use all these techniques, I'm still the same person that you are. Like, we're all connected in one way or the other, right? And so one of the things that I do is I always make sure that I ground myself. And if you're not familiar with grounding, let me help you. Let me have you do something while we're waiting to see if Tina comes on. If not, we'll have her on another time. It's not a big deal. So I want you to take your right hand and I want you to take your left hand and I want you to put your left hand on your heart space right here. Put it right where your heart is. Then you're going to take a deep breath in and blow it out. Take a deep breath in and blow it out. Good. Now you're going to take your hand, your right hand, while you keep your left hand on your heart space. And you'll start at the top of your crown, and you're just going to slowly bring your hand down with your eyes closed so you can release whatever is giving you pain, grief, anger, fear, depression, anxiety. Scarcity, unforgiveness. And you're going to let it all go. Whew, gone, gone. And now you're going to take your hand again and put it up again, and you're going to fill your heart space with peace, love, abundance, joy, hope, prosperity, forgiveness, clarity, fire. Whew. Now that's gone. How did that feel for you? For me, I got this like beautiful feeling inside. Right now, we are in a transitional phase of life where we're all awakening to so many different things. Your left ear might be ringing, your right ear might be ringing, you might be getting headaches, right? Your stomach might hurt. You might feel bloated, right? You might be having trouble with your gastric thing. You might have trouble in a relationship. You might be having trouble. I don't know what it is. I mean, you might just have trauma that you've never healed from. There's so many things, but just sitting in stillness, which was one of the cards that actually pulled up, which is the skull cap card, which is very interesting. Here we go. Sitting in stillness can give you the opportunity to awaken the parts of you that we hide from. I call it the pit of abyss. In my book, it talks about the pit of abyss because when I watched the movie Abyss, it resonated with me. So that's one thing. All right. Let's pull a few tarot cards because I don't know. We'll have to get Tina on because now she's only going to have 15 minutes. We'll have to get her on another time. If we can't grab her, it's okay. Next time. No big deal. We'll figure it out. So I am going to have Tina's GoFundMe on my page, however, because she does need some help. That's the reason why I wanted to have her on the show so she could talk a little bit about her journey and how she found God and how she found medicine, how she healed herself in different ways at different times so that she could help others like me and like you. And she helped her animals too. I mean, her story is remarkable. So, you know, you know, alongside her faith journey, her path into natural medicine deepened. She's self-taught naturopath, built not from theory alone, but from lived experience, years of caring for critically ill loved ones and animals when conventional medicine had reached its limits. Her academic foundation is that she made this transition natural. She holds a Bachelor of Science from UMass and Amherst, exercise science and nutrition, and that gave her the scientific grounding to thoughtfully explore holistic modalities. Healing for her has never been abstract. It has been hands-on, heart-led, and rooted in compassion. That makes so much sense. All right, so the cards that yanked out just now were Knight of Swords, King of Swords, Queen of Swords, and Seven of Swords. So we have all swords, and each one is beautiful because swords are, again, another connection to yourself, a connection to your spirituality, connection to the fight or flight thing that you're ready to let go of. And we all have that fight or flight sometimes during a trauma. We all have that fight or flight during a relationship, a situational change. We all have that fight or flight when we're going through something medically, whether it's a diagnosis of cancer or fibromyalgia or heart disease or stroke or anything. I mean, we all have these things, and with the ability to understand the chakras and the ability to understand grounding and the ability to understand the aura and the ability to understand you as a human, have the spiritual side that is in your inner child, that is connected to all of your chakras, that's connected to all of your organs, will help you heal yourself. One of my clients that came today, she's actually a massage therapist, and she came in and she was so excited because she told me that she had gotten diagnosed with fibromyalgia. And because of the healing that she's been doing for herself, she comes once a month for a session with me. She was able to go off of her fibromyalgia medication, and she's slowly trying to get off her other medication. Now, of course, you definitely want to speak to your doctor prior to doing any of this, because you don't want to make the wrong decision and harm yourself. That's not at all what you want to do. But grounding yourself, taking an Epsom salt bath, adding eucalyptus to the shower, so when the water comes down, you get the herbs coming from the eucalyptus, adding turmeric to your diet, cinnamon to your diet, adding lemon to your water is pure electrolytes. I mean, there's so many things that you can do to heal your body. I was telling somebody about baking soda. What do we do with baking soda? We take the box, we open it up, we put it in our refrigerator, right? Do you know that baking soda has cleaning components as well for your system? So if you take a teaspoon of baking soda, you add it to some warm water and you guzzle it down, you're clearing out your whole system. Did you know that? Again, no matter what your childhood was like, it is never too late to heal. So if you're still searching for that way to heal, my clinic, it's Susanity. I do distant Reiki too, distant card readings, distant everything. But we're going to take another quick break, and then we have the last segment. So Tina's going to have to come on again, but I am going to post something on my page so you can see that she does have a GoFundMe and does have a need right now. So imagine what I said, you give and you receive, ask and you shall receive. So my name is Susanity Life. I am the host here at the Susanity Life Show on Unity Radio 97.9 FM with Community Connection. I'm also the owner of Susanity in Sturbridge. My website is susanitylife.com, and we'll be right back.
Hey, this is Ricky Duran, and you're listening to Unity Radio on 97.9 FM, Worcester's Community Connection.
The Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Community Breakfast presents Celebrating Unity and Hope. Monday, January 19th, 2026. Doors open at 7 a.m. Program begins at 8 a.m. Keynote speaker, Dr. Jennifer Davis Carey of the Worcester Educational Collaborative. Join us at Assumption University, 500 Salisbury Street, Worcester, Mass. Purchase tickets and find more information at qcc.edu/MLK Breakfast.
Are you ready?
Hi, I'm Gary. And I'm Steve. And we're the hosts of Cannabis 101 on Unity Radio 97.9 FM.
Join us and our guests on Thursdays at 3 p.m. as we discuss the cannabis industry in Central Mass with energy, excitement, and passion.
We both take pride in providing you important information about the rapid growing cannabis industry. Support for Cannabis 101 is provided by Cannabis of Worcester on Unity Radio 97.9 FM, Worcester's Community Connection.
Tune into the Susanity Life with Susanity Life, and together we will find our way to a healthier, healing lifestyle by listening to empowering stories of overcoming our struggles. Join me, Susanity Ouellette, on the Susanity Life every Wednesday from 5 to 6 on Unity Radio 97.9 FM, Worcester's Community Connection. See you soon.
Activa la radio y Unity Radio 97.9 FM te invitan a escuchar el bloque latino todos los sábados de 7 de la mañana hasta la 1 de la tarde por los 97.9 FM en la ciudad de Worcester.
Let's talk, Worcester.
Unity 97.9.
So, hey guys, welcome back to Unity Radio 97.9 FM, Worcester's Community Connection. My name is Susan Ouellette. I am the host here at the Susanity Life Show. Super excited again to be here with all of you. Like, I love this once a week thing. If anyone is interested in becoming a guest on my show, we would love to have you tell your story. You know, I learned a long time ago in direct sales that your story is very, very powerful. And I've heard so many amazing stories from people that I can't even tell you. My heart is just so gives out. I recently just lost 3 people that I know. One of them, 55, had a heart attack out of the blue. Another one I went to grammar school with at St. Stephen's, and he was 58 and just passed from cancer. And then a dear friend who was just truly a gift. I mean, everyone's a gift, of course, just truly a gift. Grandchildren and children, and was married to somebody that I went to grammar school with, and she just sadly passed. So it's just been a crazy week. But you know, I just feel like, luckily, at least people care, you know, and no matter what you're going through, I want you to remember that the one thing is that no matter what, there's always someone out there that's going to be a person for you, that's going to help you, guide you, give you some stability and a hug, you know, some compassion about what you're going through. So don't be afraid to ask. Also, prayer does help. I'm not going to lie. I've I'm telling you, I just put a song on my TikTok channel because it was about a mother praying. And I know for a fact that my mother, if she didn't pray for me, I don't know what would have happened during my accident. If she didn't pray for me and my family and people in my life, I don't know what would happen to my son that's in the service right now, or my son that's currently undergoing something. I mean, it's just one thing is always something, right? So prayer works, meditate, get outside, just make sure that you take time for that beautiful soul. So back to the cards a little bit. The Knight of Swords, I pulled another card and it was the Chariot, and I pulled another card for King of Swords and the Devil popped up. I pulled a card for the Queen of Swords and the clarification was Ace of Swords. And then I pulled the card for Seven of Swords because I wasn't really sure where they were going with that. My trusted advisors is what I call them, angels, whatever. Is Nine of Cups, and that was with the Seven of Swords, and that has to do with family. So the first card, the Chariot, is with the Knight of Swords, and what I'm hearing, the message that I'm receiving is that this card is a guy that is actually on a motorcycle, which is very interesting. And on his back, he's got a bunch of arrows and so he is going after something with these arrows. Excuse me. Someone has to meditate on their throat chakra for sure. Look it up on YouTube, throat chakra meditation. And the card is in the reverse, but blocked by obstacles. So somebody is on this journey of enlightenment and feeling like they're awakening to something and they're not letting it happen. And so the universe is throwing this card in your face and saying the Chariot is waiting for you, but you're blocking yourself. So try to remove the blockages, do some grounding, get some sage. This all makes sense why these cards are popping up. The next card is King of Swords. And this is it looks like an Indian, this amazing Indian. He also has arrows on his back, but they're covered in like golden light. And then he's got the arrow. What's it called? What's the arrow thing called, Oscar, that you throw the arrows with? A bow? The thing you pull it, you hold on is it a bow? Thank you. So the bow has lights all around it too. Oscar's my producer. He's awesome. And then he's got this, I don't even know what this is, an eagle or I think it's an eagle or no, it's a falcon. And he's got this falcon that's covered in lights too on the card. However, the card that pulled up with this card was the Devil, right? Now, the Devil can be anything. And what this card says is strings attached. So this guy, the King of Swords, is trying to spread his wings and shed the light and be this amazing life force, but yet something was keeping him so attached he wasn't able to do that. So right now, Spirit is saying, okay, you had to let go of whatever this was because all that was happening was that you were staying stuck. Instead of going after your purpose, your journey, and your light, you were letting somebody else crush your light so that they could have their light. And I hope that makes sense to who I know this is for. Okay. Now, the Queen of Swords is this beautiful woman, and she's got her drum, and she's pounding the drum, and she's got light too, and she's got the, the arrow, but her arrow is on the back. She's got these beautiful things on her chest too, like she's definitely a spiritualist. Beautiful. But her card was Ace of Swords that's connected to the Queen. This is crazy. That's connected to the Queen of Swords. Now, that means that she has a lack of ideas. So even though she thinks she has all these ideas, because she's stuck within her inner child, which is no matter what your childhood was like, it is never too late to heal. If you're in the process of awakening, the only way that you can truly look at the light on those cards, how crazy. The only way that you can truly awaken is if you let go of things that have kept you stuck forever and a day. It's not easy. I would be telling you the biggest lie, like a big fat liar movie, if I told you that's not true. In order for you to be able to become a spiritual person, you have to let go of all of that stuff. It can no longer be a part of your inner child, because if it is, then anyone that is like that is going to continually come towards you. And that's when you're stuck, right? So the ending of that, is Seven of Swords. Now this person is hiding, a man, it's a boy actually, hiding behind the tree. He has the arrows behind him. His hand is across his solar plexus, and the bow is lowered. So what this means to me is that he is so much throughout his life lowered his standards that he didn't even realize what it was that he deserved. And I don't know what his family is like, but even his family, which came up the 9 of Cups, which is love, is trying to show him how much love that is really available if he wants it. Again, ask and you shall receive. If she wants it, he wants it, whoever's hearing this. It's a family. It's about not being afraid to ask for help when you're going through something in your life that is causing you to stay stagnant, not rise above it, right? Getting to the root cause, which is something really amazing, is how you heal your inner child, is how you allow yourself to no longer put people in your life that keep you stuck. Now, that being said, very often we're with these people for a long time. This can be someone you've been married to for 20 years, someone you've been dating for 5, someone you've been with for a few weeks. The quicker that you learn the healing process and the lesson, the faster that you won't receive those things from outside sources anymore, because you'll know within moments what they're in your life for. So I'm going to pull one more card of the Healing Inner Child deck just to end our day today. I hope people got some things out of this. I don't know if anyone's watching or listening. If you guys could share this, that would be awesome. As you know, I own Susanity in Sturbridge. I read cards. I also do therapeutic massage, sports massage. I do pregnancy massage. I actually love doing pregnancy massage. So if you know anyone that's pregnant that has never had a massage, that might be a beautiful gift for a shower. I do Reiki. I'm actually a Reiki teacher. I do polarity. I'm a polarity practitioner that I graduated from Spa Tech doing. I was an occupational therapist and still am an OTA, occupational therapy assistant, for over 30 years. So my healing started way long ago, even when I was a kid, and I didn't realize it until many, many years later, probably like you. So I'm going to pull one more card and then we're going to close out our day. And the card is friendship, which makes 100% sense. So it goes back to, it's purple, it's number 5. So if 5 resonates with you, it goes back to don't be afraid to ask for help when you need it, because someone out there might be waiting to hear from you. Love and light, you guys. Thank you so much for being here. My name is Susanity Life. I am the host here of the Susanity Life show on Unity Radio 97.9 FM. I'm also the Worcester Community Connection. I'm also the owner of Susanity in Sturbridge, Massachusetts. And again, my procedure is called Susanity. I invented it. I own it. And you can look at SusanityLife.com and read all about it. So peace out, my friends. Love and light. Have a great night.